16,
Yeah.
and she's pregnant.
16 is a horrible age. You know that, right?
And she's pregnant.
At six, why am I not surprised?
Dad did a great
Why?
job with her.
Please tell me why am I not surprised?
I don't know. And
You
she's
know
raised.
why? Because kids today know more about sex than we do.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I still have to ask.
I know. It's like, what are you talking about? What does that mean? And they're
Again, I
like,
don't know.
you don't know what that means? I'm like,
It's
no.
bad when I gotta ask my 23-year-old daughter what certain things are.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, because they have so many
so
different meanings now these days. So it's
but when did she find out?
about a couple months ago, and then they posted it on Facebook. I'm like, okay, first of all, you don't want
Why do
your
people
dirty
do that?
laundry on Facebook, but then you're posting that on
Yeah,
Facebook.
and that's
Okay.
why did they do that? Why do people post their dirty laundry like for the whole world? Why? So you're inviting the criticism now.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
right. But
Hmm.
people don't think that way. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
going to put it out there. I'm going to share my joy. Yeah,
Hmm.
well, your joy is somebody else's opportunity to pick your bones like a vulture.
Yeah, and then you're wondering,
And what people want to know why I hate social media.
and then you're
You know,
fighting back to stay out of your business. Well,
horrible.
put it out there so if people are going to stay in your business.
Well, I'm look. If you put your shit out there, it's going to get
Yeah,
eaten up, folks. I hate to
yeah,
break it to you. You
yes.
ready to go? Oh, we're live. Hello.
Oh, hi
I love when
everyone.
they do this stuff. They surprise us. See, we're in the middle of a conversation, and all of a sudden, the live button comes on. Oh,
Like,
hello
oh,
there.
hello everyone.
Well, listen, you want to do a show?
Let's do it.
Well, good, because we're here now. I'll see you in a minute.
See you in a minute.
It's 4 o'clock in Los Angeles. It's 6 o'clock in Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City. And it's 7 p.m. here in New York City. Hello, everybody. I'm Mad Dog DeCipio, joined as I am each and every week. She's back again, folks. Trying to get rid of her, but she's back again. Amelia, the Pitbull Chapman. How are you, Amelia?
I did good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. So, what was your weekend like?
It was interesting. I guess my little secret door caused a little flood in your basement.
Yeah, your co-host was me and Anita were getting ready to get a rowboat down here.
Oh no.
Oh my God! I said we always check whenever it rains.
Mhm.
We always check the basement, and most of the time we're okay. Like we haven't had
Mhm.
a flood like this in a long time.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it rained straight for for 3 days, really, and heavily
Mm.
for 2 days.
Oh my goodness.
And I came down and went, Nita, we got some water. Got some water down here. I said, where's the shop? I'm not glad I bought it too.
Oh yeah, that's the best
Months and
investment you
months,
can
like
make.
almost a year ago now,
Mhm.
maybe 2 years. I bought a shop vac, right? It sucks up everything, right?
Oh, I love those things.
Yeah. Well, we finally actually got to use it for the first time since I bought it, really.
Mhm.
And I thought, you know what? This thing is coming in handy. I shoved that hose right into the wall and sucked the
Oh my
water
gosh.
right out. As fast as it was raining, that's how fast this thing was sucking it
Oh
down.
my goodness.
Man, I emptied that thing like 5 times. I'm not even lying. I
Mm.
emptied the bucket 5 times. I said,
Oh my
we got
gosh.
we got to get this thing like cemented or something. We got to get
Mhm.
something going on here because we're gonna float away.
Oh, you don't want that
Anyway,
too. You don't want that to happen to the crack to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's gonna get worse on
oh,
you.
I know. Oh,
Mhm.
please. It was amazing because it was clear water coming through,
Hmm.
which I knew was rainwater,
Mhm.
and it was like crystal clear. you
Mhm.
know? And I thought, man, it's like there's got to be like almost as if there were like a hole there
Mhm. Right.
that went straight down because it was just just
Mm.
pouring in. Couldn't believe it.
Wow.
Um, so what happened in the news this weekend? Anything?
Well, I know that Thursday on April 27th, sadly, we lost Jerry Springer at the age of 79.
Jerry Springer, the guy. This is a guy. It's funny because we were talking about our show tonight.
Mhm.
Is in case you guys missed it, you can see the scroll at the bottom. Tonight's episode is the TikTok generation part
Part
one.
1. Mhm.
It's interesting because Jerry Springer is a guy who kind of ushered in the
Mhm.
TikTok generation
Yep. Different
because
topics, he named it.
yeah, you name it, Jerry
Mhm.
Springer did it on his show, and you can find them pretty much all on TikTok.
Oh, yeah. Throwing chairs,
Is
you
Jerry
cursing.
Springer, rest his soul. Jerry Springer was 79 years. Do you know?
Mhm.
I found out something about Jerry Springer that you don't know.
Mhm. What?
Do you know that he was the mayor of Cleveland, Ohio?
Really?
He was. He was the mayor of Cleveland, Ohio.
Hmm.
He sure the hell was.
Trying to get that
Yep.
town in order, huh?
He went from being the mayor of Cleveland to hosting a talk show in what was it? Was it Cincinnati? He
Mhm.
did a talk show in Cincinnati. One thing led to another, and the Jerry Springer show went national.
I guess he got bored of being a mayor and wanted some excitement, so here we go.
Well, I don't know if he chose it or it chose him. I think it chose him.
I think it chose him because he was really good for that show.
He was great for that show.
Mhm.
People used to chant Jerry, Jerry,
Mhm.
all that.
Yep.
Well, rest in peace, Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Right, as I said,
Mhm.
Amelia, this is right up your alley.
And then also,
Right up your alley.
Barry Humphries, who was,
This is
British, who played a
oh
Brit he was British,
yes,
and
Barry Humphries.
mhm,
Dame Edna, for
mhm.
those of you old enough to remember. Oh God, I'm giving my age. Jeez. We're giving it away tonight. Dame
Mhm,
Edna was AKA Sir Barry Humphries, a
mhm,
British comedian who made history, who made a fortune, and who made a lot of people laugh.
mhm.
His over the top character called Dame Edna. And there will never be another. If you want to know who Dame Edna, there's plenty of Dame Edna on YouTube. Go check her out.
Mhm.
Him out. I guess you say her. Go check her
Yep,
out.
it was a Medea of, back in the day, I guess, the
Before
start of Medea.
Medea, it was Medea
Mhm,
before Medea, for real.
mhm,
Yeah. And yeah, Barry Humphries was the guy that gave life to Dame Edna.
mhm.
So, and tonight we are doing the TikTok generation. This is kind of like, first of all, I have to be careful because my wife is an avid TikToker.
Mhm.
She loves to watch TikTok. My daughter lives on TikTok. Okay. My co host lives on TikTok.
Not really, because 'cause I'm right here.
Yeah. But I'm still going to probably like shit on TikTok a little bit. And I probably will. Look, I'm going to have some fun with it, but I'm also going to talk. We're going to get serious because we
Oh,
got
yeah.
two
Mhm.
nights of TikTok because
Oh,
I know
absolutely.
that we are not, there's no way
Mm-mm.
that we're going to get through this in one. And I
No.
know this.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Because tomorrow you're going to see some video tonight, just a couple.
Mhm.
But tomorrow night, you're going to see some kind of disturbing videos and some that are really touching.
Mhm.
I'm going to call tomorrow is going to be called the best and worst of TikTok.
Right.
But we're going to do that. We're going to kind of explore, is there, and here's the question I'm going to ask you and the audience, is there an upside to TikTok? And we're going to discuss that tonight. And we're going to discuss what are the downsides of TikTok and why is the U.S. government so interested? So we're going to talk about that. So let me just, I want to, since you're the queen of TikTok, and everybody around here knows it. So let me ask you, how did you come to TikTok, Amelia?
I was just seeing this app, and then people were like, "Oh, do this TikTok," and I was like, "Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna see what it's all about." I couldn't figure it out at first because when you get new apps, you're like, what is this all about?" So
Mm-hmm.
I got onto it first because of the recipes and things like that, and how to organize your closets, organize your drawers, dresser drawers, and then I thought, okay, so I learned some recipes, learned how to organize drawers,
Mm-hmm.
and then I started getting into more stuff, and a lot of stuff upset me, like, okay, why would you want to beat up by your boyfriend or husband or vice versa and show your bruises on that? And I'm like, okay. I kept scrolling on that, and I was like, okay. And then I
That
saw these,
happened
yeah, people
for
were
real?
showing, yeah, and I was like, okay. So I just kept scrolling up and saw these people doing duets. I'm like, well, that looks interesting because I like to sing. So I got into that part of it. That's where I
Yeah.
stopped.
Now she's got 75 million of them.
And then I still have people that give their life stories, please pray for us, my husband or spouse has, cancer and things
Yeah.
like that. And those are the touching moments. And then, of course, you learn a lot from people. You meet people on there that are
Sure.
really nice, kind people.
And then you meet some real assholes.
Yeah. And then you meet some real assholes that, you post things on there and you get
Yep.
so much negative stuff that you're like, okay, I posted this to be kind and to try to help somebody, and there you are
Yeah.
being an ass. Get off, get your
Well, let
comment
me
off.
ask you a question about that because that's
Mhm,
kind of an interesting gateway question.
mhm,
Um, Talking about you meet nice people there.
mhm.
How do you know that they're actually how do you know someone's nice?
Well, I mean, you get to talk to them live, or they're on there live, and you get to, ask questions, and you get to meet them
Yeah.
off
But
of
don't
their.
you think though that people, especially people online, whether
Mhm,
it doesn't matter if it's to me, and I'm just going to
mhm,
put my prejudice out there.
mhm,
To me, I don't care if it's TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook,
mhm,
Instagram, whatever the case may be.
mhm,
Um, People are always going to put their best foot forward at
mhm.
first,
At first, right?
and then you let something happen, and you're going to see them. They're going to flip on a dime.
Mhm,
So here's my question to you then, because I'm
mhm,
going to ask you personal question about this.
mhm.
Has anybody flipped the switch on you?
Well, there was this one, of course, that we did the bullying thing. I thought, he was gonna be nice person at first, and then all of a sudden he did that little switch thing. But it was on a show that we did at one time, and of course I ignored him, of course, totally.
Oh, he
You know
was
who I'm
on one of
talking
our
about, right?
shows.
Well, yeah, he had made a comment, and then of course he had done a
His
comment.
initials wouldn't be Kevin Blunt, are they?
No, 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 no,
Oh, okay.
no. It
Sorry,
was
Kevin.
it was on one of our hosts show that she did on TikTok, and then of course he did a bully show, and then he made a negative comment, so of course I had to block him, of course, and then he came on our show
Well, tell it.
before.
Let's out him. Who are you talking about?
Oh, I can't think of his name, but I know that they were going to give you his information. Something, I can't think of his name at all at this time.
Was it Abood?
No, 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 no. That was on Instagram. It was the other one that
Because
when we
Abood's
were
a
doing
nice
it.
guy.
No, it was the Aaron Carter. He had talked to us. I
Oh
think we
wait,
had.
you're talking about that the so-called guy that knew Aaron Carter.
Yeah,
What
that
was
one.
his name? What the
You know
fuck?
who I'm talking about, and
I do. Yes.
he had made some negative comments, and then he came on our show, and then he was
Yeah.
like, oh, like that, and I told him,
Fuck
I said,
him.
oh, you're gonna be negative on this page to get out.
Yeah. Goodbye. See you
Yeah,
later.
hmm basically, like
I hear
people
you.
like that.
But here's the thing though. You have to wonder why does a guy, why is a man getting so passionate about a young 33-year-old rapper,
Just a
unless
15
it's,
minutes of fame. That's what he wants.
or maybe does he like the guy, like is he in love with the guy?
He probably won't admit it, but he probably did.
Well, yeah, I think what was his name was the whatever his whoever the hell he was. You're
Mm-hmm.
so important we don't even know who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I
Mm-hmm.
think
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Blowhard was
Mhm.
in love with the guy, and and he
Yeah.
won't come forward. And we
Yeah.
don't need people like that around
No.
here. Here's the thing.
Mhm.
Um, people on this show, they listen, and half the time they listen is because they want to see who I'm going to go off on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go off on anybody.
No, but that's the fun
I,
part
I've
because we get to
I've
have fun
turned
that way.
over a new. I think I've turned over a new leaf. I think so. Anyway, I'm telling people that. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Well, you
Okay.
know what? If they pick on you, they have to go through me first, and if they pick on you, they have to answer to me, and
Oh
they
well,
have
you're in
to deal
trouble.
with me. Yeah,
Unleash the pit bull, right?
that's right.
But
They're gonna
here's
have
what
to
we're
deal
going to
with
do,
me.
though. We're going to talk about. We're going to actually dissect.
Mhm.
Our backgrounds are flipping around here. What the hell's going on?
I have no idea.
Okay. I don't know. It's like I got a ghost in my machine over here,
It's
folks.
the Matrix.
Yeah, no shit. But that's in a couple of weeks. We'll talk
No.
about that later. That and the Mandela effect we're going to talk
Mhm.
about later. In our upcoming show. But tonight we're going to address the issue of the TikTok generation. I grew up in the 1960s.
Mhm.
I was born in the 50s. I grew up in the 60s. I became a young adult in the 70s. In the 80s, I got married. In the 90s, I became a disgruntled old man and have been there ever since. Anyway,
But y'all
but
had the fun dances then in the 60s, the sock hops and all that kind of stuff. I like those kind of dances and stuff like that.
you go back and live it.
But I think those were the fun days. I mean,
That was a lot of fun. Actually, it really
Mhm.
was. It was a lot of fun growing up. See,
Mhm.
but here's the thing, though. Social media to us
Mhm.
was going outside and playing,
Right.
going on a Friday night to a dance or a movie,
Mhm.
or having a date at McDonald's, and
Right.
that was cool
Mhm.
because there was a lot of fun to be had.
Yep.
Here's one, folks. You probably remember these: the drive-in movie.
Mhm.
How about that?
Mhm.
The drive-in movie theater. By the way, New Jersey has 7 of them that
Wow.
are still operational. Yep.
I think in Tampa we have 1 or 2, I think, still that are operational. Mhm.
We had 4, but they were so popular that they more opened up. I'm talking about drive-ins opening up, not closing.
Mhm.
How about that crazy shit?
I like going to the concession
We
stands
didn't
and everything.
have Instagram and
Mm-mm.
Facebook. We had the telephone where you
Mhm.
remember them old phones?
With the
Yes. They
cord you had
had
to stretch.
numbers on them. That
Mhm.
you and then it was revolutionary. It went from a dial to push
Mhm.
buttons.
Mhm.
It was crazy, folks. Imagine that
Yeah, it was
technology.
a rotary thing. You had
Push
to wait for the
buttons.
thing to stop.
We had something called records that
Mhm.
had music on them.
Actual music. Yeah.
Not not CDs,
No.
not compact disc, not DVDs,
Mm-mm.
not little what do they call them, iPods,
Yeah. Yeah.
none of that stuff. They were
Mm-mm.
records that you
Yep.
put on a record player.
Mhm.
That's what we had. That was social media to
Yep.
us. Now,
Mhm.
nobody leaves their fucking house.
Nope.
Nobody leaves their
Mm-mm.
house. Why? Because they're glued to TikTok and
Yep.
Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and
Mhm.
all this other shit that means absolutely. And believe it or not, I
Mhm.
can't even believe this. I had to check it twice.
Mhm.
MySpace. You're not going to
Mhm.
believe it, but MySpace is still around.
Is it still?
I cannot make this up. Yes, there's still MySpace. Believe it or not,
Mm.
still out there. Oh no, I don't know who's using it.
I remember at young age, teenager, my dad, our fun trips on the weekend would go Radio Shack, if you remember that,
Yeah,
because my little
I'm
needle on
sure.
my record player would be like so worn out all the time that he'd take me to Radio Shack just to buy a needle for my record player.
Yeah.
I listened to
Well,
radio
what
like that kind of thing.
happened
So,
is oh God, please, I remember them days. The
mm,
needles. Oh my God, the needles
mhm,
were the big thing.
mhm,
Yeah. That's when you played a record with a needle, folks. Yes.
mhm.
And they were great.
Oh, I loved it.
Oh man. Um Yeah, I got my record player right here.
And
About
now
10
it's
feet from me. Amazing stuff. That was social media back then, but
hmm
now we have this new thing.
this is what you have right now. Everybody does this. That's all you do.
Yeah,
That's
not
every.
me.
Mhm.
I barely even pick up my phone to call people. Okay, I hate the telephone. I don't use it to play on
Mhm.
anymore. I don't use it to talk on anymore. I once in a while, I call my wife every day,
Mhm.
but other than that, that's the only reason I ever use my phone or
Yeah.
to call my doctor. That's it.
Mhm.
Otherwise, my phone sits there. You know what it is?
Mhm.
It's a paperweight.
Yeah.
It's my phone is a paperweight. Okay, or it's a very expensive clock.
Right. Or what is it time yet?
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
Is it time?
Is it
No,
time for
not
her to come
yet.
home yet so we can have our dinner?
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
But there's this thing come along here called TikTok, and
Mhm.
like Amelia said, it was great for recipes. People were putting recipes on there and posting different ideas for cooking, and I even got a few of them. And
Mhm.
my wife started out with TikTok,
Mhm.
collecting recipes because you get tired of eating the same thing for
Oh
dinner every
yeah.
night, right?
Yeah.
So he wants to, and we trying new
Different.
stuff, and it's beautiful.
Mhm.
But now, all of a sudden, well, maybe not all of a sudden, but comes along
Mhm.
this other element of TikTok. This is not
Mhm.
so friendly
Yeah. It's.
and not so inviting and kind of dark a bit and
Mhm.
kind of sinister and that world exists on
Oh,
TikTok.
it does. It's horrible.
When was the first time, Amelia, that you were, I want to say, introduced to the darker elements of TikTok?
I think it was when I was scrolling looking for recipes, and you know how they say, things just pop up on your a book, and I was like scrolling, and I saw
That
this.
you might like this. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I
Mhm.
was like, why would I like this? And I saw this kitchen destroyed, and the really beautiful countertop. It was marble countertop destroyed, and it was the kitchen cabinets just barely made. She even put on there a brand new kitchen countertops, brand new uh everything, marble tile, everything in the kitchen. And I was like, why is it all destroyed? Because her 12-year-old did something in school and she took his phone away and grounded. And he went and destroyed her
Are
kitchen,
you
brand new kitchen.
shitting me for
No.
real?
hmm And all she did is video it. And I'm like, I would have busted his ass.
That
I'd have
kid would have
bust.
been grounded till he was 50,
And he would have had his.
chained in his room
Mm-hmm.
with a padlock on the door, with a little slit in it to slide a tray of food under. He would have stayed there till he was an old man, little
hmm
fucker.
And you should have seen the comments
I
that.
saw something today
hmm
that I had to shake my head. And folks, you can find it, and I'm going to tell you what to look for.
hmm
Okay. I saw something today that just all I couldn't move away from it. I was flabbergasted. A guy took a golf club, like
Mhm,
a 9 iron.
mhm,
Okay, if you know anything about golf, a 9 iron
mhm,
is a heavy club. Okay,
mhm.
and it's called a 9 iron because it's metal. Okay,
Right. Mhm.
he took a 9 iron golf club and he proceeded to beat the shit out of his television with it. I'm talking about like a $700-800 plasma TV, big television.
What did his favorite team lose or something?
Well, no, it wasn't even on.
Huh.
He smashed the shit out of it, and his wife runs in. What are you doing?
Mhm.
He says, I saw something on TikTok. I'm going to try it out.
What?
Wait, listen, just I know where you're going with it. Just wait. Hold on a second.
Oh my
Because
goodness.
trust me, folks, it gets better. So he's over there beating the shit out of his television with this golf club, and his wife runs in. She pulls the club out of his hand, and he's video this thing wrong. He's with the camera in one hand,
Mhm.
and the golf club in the other. And she's running, and she takes the club away from him.
Mhm.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you crazy? Have you lost your mind? He says, I want to show you something. I saw this on TikTok. He lays the television down across the coffee table.
Mhm.
Just follow me. He says, I'll be right back. He goes into the kitchen. He comes out with, I'm not even making this up. I'll show you where it's at.
Mhm.
He comes out, Amelia, with a bag of flour, a bag of sugar, Dawn dish detergent,
Mhm.
a box of cereal, a box of oatmeal. Okay.
Mhm.
And milk. It was like a half a gallon or a gallon of milk. Came out with like a half a gallon of milk.
All right.
Okay. Bringing all of this stuff into his living room. He says, okay, put the sugar down first, fill in all the cracks. She does. And why she does it, she does it.
Mhm.
Okay, now take the cereal, fill in all the cracks.
Mhm.
Then the next was the oatmeal. Takes the whole thing of oatmeal and pours it all over on the screen of the TV.
Mhm.
All right. Now the sugar, a 5-pound bag of sugar, pours it all over. The next one was the oatmeal, sugar, cereal. Oh, takes his the milk. Was a gallon or half a gallon of milk.
Mhm.
And very gently he pours the milk, and then he takes the Dawn dishwashing liquid last.
Mhm.
And he opens up the cap and he just pours it all over. He says, okay, now watch. And they're waiting
Mhm.
for something to happen. I don't know what.
Right.
Okay. But they're waiting for something to happen. Like miraculously it's going to fix itself.
Mhm.
Okay. So they're watching this thing, and she says, well, nothing's happening. What's supposed to happen?
Mhm.
And he looks at her and says, I'm sorry for laughing. He looks at her and says, isn't this a great way to get a new television? Are you fucking kidding me? For real?
Oh my God.
And me, like an asshole, I'm sitting there watching this shit.
Mm.
If you wanted a new TV, mister, it's real simple. Take the one you got, put it to the sidewalk. Go to Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, anywhere that sells televisions, right? Buy one. That's simple.
Why have to destroy a good one?
Because he had to convince his wife they needed a new TV. Well, you do now because you fucked up the one you had.
Exactly.
All of that shit for a television.
Or he could have sold that one for some of it and then.
But why? But why? Here's my question. Why?
Just
all of that shit, like the box of cereal, the sugar, the oatmeal, the milk, the dishwashing liquid, all this other. Why? For what?
To see if anybody else was dumb enough to do it.
Or to see who was stupid enough to sit there and watch it, like me.
To see how many people would actually do it too. Just think about that.
Yeah, and you know what? There's probably some other idiot on fucking TikTok I can see them right now smashing their brand new television. Oh man, it's crazy. I promised Amelia the best and worst of TikTok. Let me you want some video? I'm going to show you some video. Here's our first video, folks. Word of apology to our audience. We're sorry you wasted your time expecting to see the best of TikTok. There is no best of TikTok. It's all bad. There's absolutely nothing good or redeeming about TikTok. It is completely and catastrophically void of any semblance of original or thoughtful material or any thoughtful concept. That's the best of TikTok. Here's the worst of TikTok. What's the Buzz podcast presents the worst of TikTok. We're sorry there simply isn't enough time in this program to show you the worst of TikTok. We'll be here well into 2024 doing that. Yes, we will be well into 2024 going through the worst of TikTok for sure. But I thought you would get a kick out of that.
That's funny.
I thought to myself, I'm going to screw with Amelia and I'm going to make her laugh.
That was hilarious. Those two were funny.
Well, I want to take a look at this. You're going to see, well, I'm not going to say it. Just, here you go.
Okay.
What you doing? You at work? That's crazy. What you doing?
Okay, for those of you on radio that want to know what the hell are they laughing at, what's going on here? There's a 69-year-old woman here on her hands and knees on her countertop, shaking her ass in the air, flipping her hair all over the place. Okay, she's 69 years old, this woman. This is what people will do for attention. Watch this shit.
That's crazy. Well, I'm over. Hey, what you doing? You at work? That's crazy. What you doing?
This is what people
That's
are
crazy.
watching.
Well, I'm over here just thinking, like, what type of girls do you like? That's crazy. Hey.
We're related?
This lady is my wife's favorite because she's a fucking loon, okay? Watch this woman. She's out of her mind.
We're related? Woo woo! Woo woo! We're related? We're related! Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're related? We're related? Woo woo! Woo woo! We're related?
This is the kind of shit that people watch.
Mm-hmm.
My wife watches that woman every night. I'm not even shitting you.
Mm-hmm.
Every night she watches that woman. Okay, now, on the other hand of TikTok,
Right.
here you go.
Aw.
Now, what you're watching here is a dog that's been abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
And a good Samaritan that found this dog. And she ends up taking the dog home. But here's what I want you to watch. It says, "Be kind to animals," and I absolutely concur.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey, baby. Oh.
No.
Okay, now you're going to see something that's a little disturbing. I'm not sure what this is.
TikTok, gama ka na kila realeza.
Now, we're looking at something here that, Amelia, can you tell everybody what you think we're looking at?
It looks like a puppy that's been skinned or something that's about to be cooked, maybe.
I'm
Yeah.
not real sure.
But it looks
He-
like it's been skinned or something.
What this looks like to me, and it can only be one of two things. It's either a complete fabrication.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, either it's completely put on, because I can certainly see, I can make a case for it being
Mm-hmm.
faked, or there's something very wrong here, like
Mm-hmm.
some genetic mutation that went wrong,
Right.
because it is moving.
Mm-hmm.
Así, mira,
Yeah.
de lo más deforme que he visto en mi vida.
Pig of some sort or some kind of
I
animal.
don't. I thought about that too.
Uh-huh.
I thought about that too. I want to bring it right. I want to bring it right about over here. Let's take a look at that again.
TikTok, gama ka na kila realeza.
Mm-hmm.
It does kind of look like a pig,
Mm-hmm.
but it's got it has almost like a human head because pigs
Yeah.
don't have round heads.
No, it's kind of like two different animals in one or something like that.
That's
or
what
maybe.
that's what I'm saying. It looks like
Mhm.
somebody tried to crossbreed
Mhm.
two animals and it went horribly wrong.
Mhm.
I don't know how on earth that they get away with this because to me that's animal cruelty.
It is. It is very.
To
Yeah.
me that is completely and utterly dehumanizing to that creature, whatever that creature is. It looks like, again, it looks like a cross between a pig and something else. I mean, look at the
Yeah.
it has hooves like a pig.
Mhm.
Let's take
TikTok, Gama, Kanaki la realeza.
Yeah. It has like a rhinoceros or maybe a pig or something. It had that little like pointy thing maybe up there. I don't know.
yeah, listen, I
Kay
wanna
TikTok,
take a look.
Gama, Kanaki la realeza. Así, mira.
Mhm.
It's moving.
De lo más
I
deforme que
don't know. I don't know if there you can see that
Mhm.
I don't know what to make of this.
Yeah, me either. They did try to crossbreed, like you said, two different animals, and it didn't work.
And it looks like I said, so it looks like some kind of
Mhm.
it has hooves. So
Mhm.
it's some kind of a pig for sure.
Mhm.
It's got pig's feet
Yes.
and it's got kind of a pig's body actually.
Mhm.
The only thing that disturbs me is the head
The
and that tongue sticking out. The other
Mhm.
thing that people need to know is that what we're looking at here
Mhm.
is all the same color.
Yes.
The tongue is the same color as the skin,
Mhm.
which I don't know if it's real or if it's
Mhm.
like some kind of
Something that they made up just to be on TikTok.
yeah,
Mhm.
and that's where I'm going with it. But if
Yeah.
that's a real animal, I'm turning that video over. I just want
Mhm.
whoever did that video, I want you to know I'm turning it over.
Mhm.
Because
It's
you don't
disturbing, and you
do
don't want
that.
it. Mm-mm.
No, first of all, it's illegal
Mhm.
to do that. It's
Right.
highly illegal to crossbreed two animals unless
Mhm.
you know what you're doing and you have the genetic makeup of both animals
Mhm.
and they are compatible.
And your license to
Clearly,
do it.
that pig and whatever they crossed it with are not compatible.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's very disturbing.
Yeah, and then also
Um,
too, I mean, I can understand you're a mom and you want to breastfeed, but you don't put that on TikTok or live or even video that. You don't do that crap. You do that in the privacy of your own home. You don't put that crap
well,
out
I don't
there.
have a problem with that. And I
I kind
really
of
don't.
do. I do.
No, I'm going to tell you why.
Hmm.
Breastfeeding is, first of all, how you can compare breastfeeding to which has absolutely nothing to do with anything we're talking about is beyond me.
Well,
What I'm concerned about, and I don't have a problem with breastfeeding on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, because it's a natural bonding thing
well, not
between mother and child. Now, hold
not
on
the
now.
way
No,
she was doing it.
no, hold on now. Hold on a second. It is socially acceptable in every country of the world, including the United States. So I have no problem. The problem I do have, the problem I do have is when you take a living creature,
Hmm.
such as we saw, and try to mix it with something that you know nothing about.
Yeah,
That's
that
wrong.
that was very
Unless
disturbing.
you know what you're doing,
Hmm.
that's highly, highly illegal and morally wrong, by the way,
Very
and
morally
ethically
wrong.
wrong. See, the thing, Amelia, and I can see where you're coming from,
Hmm.
but there's nothing morally or ethically wrong with a woman showing her breast to feed her child. There's nothing wrong with that.
the way she was doing this on the video, to me, it was.
Well, describe what happened. Tell me what you
Well,
saw.
she had the baby like this, and then she was going like this, and then they're smiling. I'm like, why are you flaunting them before you're feeding your baby? That's
Can I tell you why women do that?
Mm.
There's a reason. Have you ever breastfed?
no.
Okay, let me tell you why women do that. That activates the milk.
No, but the way she was doing it was like all like, look what I got
Doesn't
here.
matter how
No,
you did, activates
Yes,
the
but-
flow of the milk.
but just the way she was just doing it all, like it just looked too weird. I don't know. It just, I don't know. I
But
just
there's
to me
nothing
just found that.
illegal about it.
Mhm.
There's nothing illegal or immoral about it. What's illegal and immoral is crossbreeding a creature with another living creature
Mhm.
and showing some other God knows what the hell it even was,
That was creepy.
if it was real at all. I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out.
Yeah.
I'm going to get to the bottom of it because I'm going to show that to PETA.
Because what if there's more than one? What that
Well,
not
and
just
that's
that
what
one or different.
Now you're making my point for me.
Mhm.
That's what I'm talking about. You understand now?
Mhm. Yeah.
You understand why that's got nothing to do with breastfeeding?
Right, but no, that's what another point I was trying to make. But it's just creepy and weird the way it's like. What if
Well-
there was like different animals that they were trying to crossbreed, not just that one
Oh,
particular?
here's the thing. If a woman has large breasts and she wants to feed her baby, that's fine. If she wants to show them off, that's okay too. It's not
Any
illegal.
man would say that.
But listen, it's not illegal.
Oh, I know.
It's not immoral.
Hmm.
It's not illegal for a woman to show a breast or a man to show his penis. It's not illegal. It is illegal if you do it in front of a bunch of children at a school. Then all bets are off.
Right, but it's
But-
just the
but
point
you-
that.
But look, here's the thing.
Mhm.
That woman who did that on TikTok, who fed her breastfed her baby,
Mhm.
she must have known what the rules of TikTok are. And by the way, it's not against the rules of TikTok.
Unfortunately, because who knows how many kids are
it's-
watching it too.
But apparently, it's against the rules of TikTok to talk about God
Mm-hmm.
because videos pertaining to Jesus Christ and God and the church are being banned at an alarming rate. They're being pulled at an alarming rate.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a dilemma here, do we not, Amelia?
Yes, unless and you have to really put when they
Well,
ask
tell
you to set
everybody
up,
what the dilemma is.
well, when you have to set up your account, you have to put in there what your interests are and everything like that before you even set it up, and that's how they allow you to set certain things on there. Basically, if you do not, then they will ban you from posting things.
Explain that setup process to
Allow?
everybody. Tell them how that works.
Yeah, you have to put in your
'Cause
name.
I'll be
and-
honest with you, I'm not even sure I know.
because well you have to make sure that you're over 18, which a lot of people will lie about that, and that's why I'm very cautious about what people put on there. And when I
Right.
see the things on there, I'm like, oh my gosh, little kids are listening to this or watching this.
Okay. Well, let me
Yeah.
ask you this then. Okay,
Mhm.
here we go. Here we go. I got a question for you. If that's the case,
Mhm.
if you have to be you got to be over 18, and we know for sure
There's lots of kids
kids
that are,
lie their asses off to get
oh
on.
yeah, especially on
Or
Facebook.
maybe they get access to their older brother or older sister's account, or in some cases they get access to their parents' account. All
Mhm.
right, let's assume that happens,
Mhm.
and let's just assume that for whatever reason they're on TikTok. All right, here we go.
Mhm.
So then you get on and you have access to all this stuff.
Right.
Well, what if you put down that I'll use myself as an example.
Mhm.
I put down my interests are art, pets, movies and theater,
Mhm.
religion. I put stuff like that, right?
Mhm.
The first video I ever got was a sex ad on TikTok. And they have them, folks. Yes,
Oh,
they
yes,
do.
they do. They're going to try to see if that's one of your interests to add to
Yeah.
your. Mm-hmm.
I showed my wife. I said, "Look at this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Look what just came through my TikTok."
But also, you know what's the worst part about it? You put religion, and guess what? The first
Wait
religion
a
they're going to
minute.
show you.
Well, let me tell you what happened about that. I'm
Mhm.
glad you brought that up, Miss
Mm-hmm.
Chapman.
Oh, can we tell them after the break?
Oh, yes, we can.
Mm-hmm.
I got to thank you for giving me a heads up on our commercial.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I appreciate that. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, I'm going to tell you what happened right after this break.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have sweaty balls or volleyball netty balls? It's time to make them ready balls. The Manscaped.com Lawnmower 3.0 will do the job and clean your knob with its patented no-nick head, so your head will function as desired. Enter promo code Wrestling Future for a generous 20% discount. That's enter Wrestling Future for a 20% discount. Manscaped.com and Wrestling with the Future, going balls to the walls with Manscaped.com and the Lawnmower 3.0. Your balls will thank you, and so will we. And we are back. We are
And
back.
you were going to tell them about what happened.
What I did was I put all my interest and I put religion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the first thing I ever saw
Mm-hmm.
was it's this sex ad, as I mentioned before the break. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I started to get my interest started to come through
Mm-hmm.
after I deleted and blocked that sex ad,
Mm-hmm.
thankfully, figured out how to do it. In your settings, you can do it, folks.
Yes.
I started getting my interest coming through. I was getting videos about, animals and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And then I started getting religious stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's what they did. Those of you who have put religion as one of your interests, here's what they did. They started putting religious stuff through. For every, I'm going to be kind over here. For every good religious video they put 2 or 3 satanic videos right behind it. So what they're doing is they're allowing your religious your religious preferences. Let me use that word.
Mm-hmm.
They're allowing your religious preferences to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
But they're also throwing the satanic stuff right behind you.
Yeah, like you like that, but this might interest you even better. Kind of throwing it at you.
Well, that's not and I'm glad
Mhm.
you said that because they don't give you a choice.
Mm-hmm.
It's there.
Mm-hmm.
The only choice you have is to whether to watch it or scroll past it.
Or you can actually decline and hit not interested on it. Right on the bottom,
I
it says not
did that,
interested.
but guess what?
It still
doesn't
came
work.
back up. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work. So here's what they're doing, and this is when I'm because I'm going to shit on TikTok now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what they're doing is yes, and I will admit freely, they are acknowledging your personal preferences.
Mm-hmm.
They're giving priority to that. I
Mm-hmm.
absolutely do not agree with that. I'm sorry. I absolutely agree with that. They're doing nothing wrong in that regard. What they are doing is they are overstepping their bounds in
Mm-hmm.
applying to your interest their interest.
Mm-hmm.
So you got God. We're going to give you the devil now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want the devil. I want him any place near me, around me, in front of me, behind me, on the side. I don't want the devil no fucking anywhere near me.
Right. And then they're
Okay?
going to give you atheist stuff on there too. And then they're going to give you
here's the thing.
Scientology stuff.
That's okay. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
Because the atheist doesn't believe in anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
I'd rather you believe in nothing
Mm-hmm.
than believe in a devil.
Yeah.
Okay? But on the other hand, if you believe in the devil, then you must believe in God.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and if you believe in God, it has to be God has to be represented,
Mm-hmm.
and God is unequally represented in TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
You got animal cruelty on TikTok. You have those people on TikTok that are saving animals, and then you got a bunch of people on TikTok that are just killing animals.
Mm-hmm.
And that's wrong.
That is very wrong.
And that's why groups like PETA are going after TikTok with a vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We have a guy going to come on the show May 24th. His name's Joe Kahn.
Mm-hmm.
He represents the free speech aspect of our Constitution. Well, that's going to play into TikTok
Mm-hmm.
because TikTok is free speech.
Mm-hmm.
But free speech comes with a price. Free isn't free.
Mm-mm.
Okay? There's a responsibility. That's the price you pay. The responsibility for free speech. In other words, act responsibly, speak responsibly,
Mm-hmm.
be adult accordingly if you are, in fact, adult.
Right.
And if you are not an adult, have some adult supervision. If you're a parent, know what your children are doing, because most of you don't.
No.
Okay? You don't.
And it's like so much to it, the free speech and what they're doing. It's like, I know that you're doing this, but come on, really, you really have to do that. You have to go that
There was
far.
a story tonight
That's
while I was
ridiculous.
listen to this one. I was
Mhm.
having my dinner tonight. Sitting there with my wife and my daughter, having dinner together,
Mhm.
as we do. And Anita was talking about a young man on TikTok. His mother threw him out of the house when he turned 18.
Mm.
It was his 18th birthday, and his mother threw him out. Why do you think she did that?
To show him responsibility. He's an adult now.
No,
No?
to get even with the father.
Wow.
All right? That's the kind of woman that needs to go to jail for child neglect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's the kind of woman that really needs to go to jail for child neglect. There is right now on TikTok, and you can't, I promise you can't make this up. There is a 29-part video on TikTok,
Mhm.
a 29-part video of a young man who hates his mother so much, loves his father equally as much, that the father hired a lawyer that's been with them for years now.
Mhm.
That this started when this young boy was 14 years old. He's 24 now. 10 years ago in the making.
Mm.
10 years, and took you through his entire childhood. For 10 years, this miserable fucking excuse of a woman drugged this poor kid through court. And she doesn't want him.
What?
Why did she do it? To get at the father, to break his fucking balls.
Hmm.
And she used TikTok to do it.
That's awful.
Okay. This is what we're talking about here. This is why I have such a deep-rooted problem. You see why we have to do a two-parter?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And then I was telling you earlier off the air about that.
It's already 10 minutes to 8.
Yeah.
Okay, and we haven't barely scratched the surface.
Yeah, and
Go ahead, Neil.
about
What you were telling me. Good.
about that 12-year-old boy that got grounded for something that he did at school, or I can't
Tell
remember
what
the
happened.
story.
Tell everybody what happened.
Yeah, he went and destroyed his mother's brand new beautiful kitchen marble, countertop, marble flooring, a brand new countertops, beautiful wood countertop. He went and destroyed them all because she took his phone away and grounded him. I mean, you should have seen the damage that he did. Brand new
Yeah.
microwave, everything, glass,
Over a
stove,
phone. Do you hear what
over
she's
a
saying, folks?
phone that she took
Over
away
a
from him.
telephone. This is what this little fucker did
Mhm.
over a phone.
Over a phone.
Over a $200 or $300 phone, he did probably $8,000 to $10,000 at the minimum in damage
Yes.
over a phone.
Mm-hmm.
I hope the little bastard ends up in like juvenile
Mm-hmm.
detention or juvenile court somewhere, because somebody needs to scare the shit out of him.
Well, we went to Lowe's because I needed a new washing machine, so we got one over the weekend. And the gentleman that was there sold the $20,000 for a kitchen. That's how much it cost for $20,000.
I believe it.
And
like
imagine
I
that
said,
you just bought
Yeah, I believe it. Like I said, at
Wow.
minimum
Believe it.
$8,000 to $10,000 worth of damage minimum.
Yeah, can you believe that? It was horrible.
Oh
over
yeah,
a
I can
phone.
believe it. Yeah.
I would have busted his ass, grounded him, like you said.
You
he
know
was
why I
50.
can believe it? I'm going to tell you why I can believe it.
Mhm.
Because children are spoiled, rotten, with no sense of responsibility. They have no clue what it's like to work, to earn
they don't.
money. And then can I tell you something else? You can, folks, you get mad at me if you want. I don't give a rat's fuck. Here's the thing. And this is the truth. Like it or fucking don't. We live in a lazy society. This country is built on fucking laziness. People don't want to work.
Nope.
That's why they're on TikTok destroying other fucking people's lives and making money on it. Well, I got one thing to say to you guys. Fuck you. Fuck you. Okay? Screw you. You're not going to destroy any more lives, not if we can help it.
No.
Because it's my purpose and my job here to bring down TikTok. Sorry, Amelia, but those duets are done. No more. I'm putting an end to them. I'm going to go destroy all 30,000 of them.
30,000 of them. Yeah,
Yep,
and that
all of
they still the government still has they passed.
And I'm going to
law
find all them cowboys on them and tell them to go someplace else and sing their songs.
and sing their songs. Okay, but I know that the government still has. I think they passed it, but they haven't passed it to remove it completely. I know that.
Well, no, let me tell you what the government is doing. The Senate subcommittee on TikTok. They are in recess with that because the president of TikTok was there. What a fucking idiot this guy is. Let me tell you who runs TikTok. The Yakuza. You guys know what the Yakuza is? It's the Japanese mafia. And they are a part of the Japanese government. They have a seat in the government because they're recognized. You know why? Because they're older than the Japanese government, the Yakuza. And they're a legit organization. And they've got some money behind them and a lot of it. The problem, I'm sorry, not Japanese, Chinese. Chinese government, I got off on a tangent about the Yakuza. Sorry, folks, Amelia got me worked up. The Chinese government is the owner, lock, stock, and barrel of TikTok. The Chinese, I'm sorry, I was thinking of the Yakuza. The Chinese triad. Those of you who understand Chinese history know the triad. The Chinese triad is that organization very similar to the Yakuza. They've been around long before the government. And they have the money and the power. This guy that they had testifying before Congress didn't have a clue what to answer. He didn't have a clue. And they railroaded him so fucking bad, you almost had to feel sorry for the guy because he didn't know what to answer. And every time he was about to say something, they cut him off with another question. That's what's called, if the government wants to get you, they're going to get you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Remember something. They can indict a ham sandwich if they want to.
Yeah.
You understand that?
And fill it with what they want.
Absolutely. The United States government is singularly the most corrupt government in the world. Period, bar none.
Mm-hmm.
I love my country, but as I said before, I don't like my government.
Nope.
If the government, I will love my government in an instant. All they got to do is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've said it a million times.
Tell you the
One
truth.
thing. Tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Don't lie. Tell the truth.
Right.
You tell the truth, no matter how bad it is. I will love my government.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be their best friend.
Yes.
And I'll do their bidding for them. I will.
Mm-hmm.
But stop lying.
Exactly.
That's all. Just stop lying. Look at this. You get me so excited. We're already at 8 o'clock.
Right?
Yeah, what's coming up tomorrow night?
Well, TikTok part 2, and hopefully we'll have another guest joining us as one of our old co-hosts if she feels up to it.
And if she doesn't, what the hell? We'll talk about her anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, anyway. Well,
Nah.
we'll do that tomorrow night. We'll have a good time.
Yeah.
That's Carrie, if you're out there.
Yeah.
Get better. Tell
yes.
Dirt Digger we said hi. Hey,
Yeah.
Dirt Digger. Haven't seen Dirt Digger in our chat room
in a while. Mm-hmm.
And by the way, Moonchild, where the hell are you?
Yeah, we miss you.
We miss you, Moonchild. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you want to tell everybody what we got coming up in
yes, May 8th.
Coming up.
May 8th, Monday, we have The Matrix. We're going to be revisiting The Matrix.
Yes, The Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
A glitch in the Matrix or an altered reality? What's going on in this world?
Mm-hmm. And then May 9th, Tuesday, we're going to be talking about the Mandela effect.
We're also going to add a show for you, Deep Dive Conspiracy Nuts. Amelia doesn't know it yet, but she's going to find out after the show tonight. I got a show coming up that's going to question everything that you think you know.
Mm.
That's all I'm going to say.
He's piqued my interest.
I'm going to pique your interest. I'm going to have you questioning everything you think you know from the Bible. There's your clue. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
There's your clue. So yeah, May 8th. What else we got going? We got you're not going to remember this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. May. What are you laughing at me for? May 15th, we've got Marcus Cahill. He will be live from Australia talking to us about John Lennon and the Beatles. Mm-hmm. And with us on that show, a very special guest, my friend, Dan Ely, the man who met Paul McCartney, the man that gave Paul McCartney his Rickenbacker bass, and that story, holy crap, with that guitar. How about it? Remember that, Amelia?
Oh, absolutely. And that
guitar went on a trip, didn't it? Holy
and it landed, it just made like a complete circle.
It made a giant circle. It sure the hell did.
Yeah, and we will be talking to him from Australia, but he will be at 7. It'll be 7 o'clock in the morning, his time, when we talk to him.
7 a.m. God help him at 7 a.m. I hope his voice sounds good at 7 a.m. because he's going to sing for us.
Right?
That's what he said. He said,
"Oh, good."
We're also going to. Here's the funny thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
He and I have a mutual friend in common named Debbie Greenberg.
Mm-hmm.
The woman I interviewed here on the show about the Cavern Club.
Mm-hmm.
She owned the Cavern Club. Well, Marcus Cahill is called, you ready? I can't make it up.
Mm-hmm.
They call him the King of the Cavern.
Oh, wow.
He's appeared there almost 500 times.
Wow.
More than the Beatles. And that's Marcus. He's a character. The first time I ever met him, he sung to me on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook Messenger, he sang to me. It was hilarious. But you know what? I thought, this is pretty fucking cool. This guy's singing to me. Sounds like John Lennon singing.
Wow.
He does. He sounds just like John Lennon, too. Well, folks, listen, we're going to let you go. Amelia, I will see you tomorrow night.
See you tomorrow night.
And, folks, we'll see you tomorrow night for Amelia, the Pitbull Chapman. I'm the Mad Dog, Angelo DeCipio. Take care of each other. Be kind, folks, okay? And if you really want to be kind and spread some love, get the hell off of TikTok. We'll see you next time. Tomorrow, in
See you next
fact.
time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.